abcfilmgirl.com. Drew, Rudy, Chase, so nice to see the three of you in person. Yes. And of course, and congratulations to you on this series. I loved it. Can't wait for part 2. I have to ask about JJ's celebratory dance in the first episode. Did you choreograph that yourself?
It was an improv dance, and I'm fortunate. Yeah. This is my hardest critic right here, but he keeps me on my toes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Better
say
for
something line. It's hard to, I'm not a dancer. I was lucky enough. I was lucky enough to be in the Nutcracker 4 years in a row, but
that feels like a dancer to me.
Yeah, no, but it wasn't a. It was a very much of a
nonverbal role.
Yeah, it was like, hey, you're one of the parents. You can square dance, and that's what I did during that dance.
I was also in the Nutcracker.
Yeah. Actually, there is a little plie.
I was just in the background stirring. Yeah.
Stir the pot.
Wait, what? You're in the Nutcracker?
Yeah.
I love it. Great.
I love
you
it.
learn something about you every day.
Yeah.
Well, Drew, I have what were you saying?
I wasn't in the Nutcracker.
Oh, you weren't in the Nutcracker. Next time. Drew, I have a soft spot for Rafe. He's probably my favorite character on the show. And sorry.
It's all good. It's all right. Look. We're not here.
I was like, but I just love the back and forth with him, and you portray him so well as an actor. Are we ever gonna have hope of him and Sarah being brother and sister again?
I think legally, yeah.
Yeah.
Biologically.
Yeah. I don't know. I know that's what his father would have wanted, and I think in turn, you kind of see Rafe this season mirroring, the type of man he thinks Ward is. So, I think that's his hope. I think he's learned a lot over the past few years, and he's had a lot of trauma, and he's had a lot of loss. And I think he's processing that a lot differently. He's not lashing out as much this season, which is for sure. Well, speaking of someone who's had a lot of loss, John B.
Drama, baby.
Yeah, in season 3, and I love this moment between Sarah and John B. Sarah says to him, we have the rest of our lives to do the boring shit. I like how we are right now, and it made me think, as successful actors in this industry, how do you stay true to yourself versus what Hollywood or fans or other people want for you?
Great question. I think it's about having a really good sense of self. Because I think we all have gone through both sides of that, to where we have seen the industry for what it is, and we've done the things that happen when you have a little success in this industry. But ultimately, you really come back to the one thing that's the most important, and I think we can all, I don't want to speak for you guys, but that element of family is so important. And this industry can take you away for extended periods of time from people that you love because you're working. So I think you kind of long for that sense of normalcy and what you had prior to any form of success. So I know for me, I really crave that element of consistency and normalcy with family.
Drew said something the other day,
A couple minutes ago?
About 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
That I totally agree with. That is, you gotta talk to yourself. And finding time to talk to yourself. Find your quiet moments. I'm a wanderer on set. I put in my headphones and I listen to a song, and then I answer some questions to myself, and then I go into the take, and then and then outside of that, still do the same thing in my actual life. Yeah,
it's just the Pirates of the Caribbean theme song on repeat.
It's that. It's not even a lie.
It's 5 years.
Yeah. Well, before they wrap me, Drew, we're also excited for Luca Guadagnino's film Queer. It looks absolutely incredible.
We are.
What was your experience working with him and Daniel and on that film?
Beautiful. It was really, really beautiful. Such a dream, and incredible to work with people that you look up to. Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah.
I can't wait to see it. Well, they are wrapping me. I'm so excited to see part 2. That cliffhanger and part 1, especially with your character. I need to see what happens.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for your time today. I appreciate it. And tell Kelsey I pre-ordered her album. I ordered to pre-order the Pink album on Amazon.
Ooh,
The
we just
vinyl.
got all the vinyls and have
you
been
did?
playing them on a record player the last couple of days.
I'm sure you've been listening.
Yes,
You've heard it, I'm
fucking
sure. It's going to be amazing. Thank you all so much,
Yeah.
Maddie and Maddie. So nice to see the both of you again. My girlfriend and I hosted that Valentine's Day screening in DC we did a long time ago.
Yes.
So, yes, and we still talk about it. Congratulations
Thank you.
on this season. You two were absolutely fantastic as always.
Thank you.
There's a moment with Sarah and Pope, and there's rats.
Yes.
Okay, I
Yeah.
was freaking out about that.
What episode is that?
It's
5.
Yeah,
5?
it's later.
I don't
No, I-
remember.
Yeah.
5.
Okay.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
okay. Yes, there is. Sorry,
Yes.
I've
I'm
forgotten
her
like
publicist,
what
don't worry.
happens in which episode,
Well, did
and they
you-
sent them to me, but I was like, I got it.
Were you actually freaking out? in that
Yes.
moment?
Oh my god. Yeah.
my
That's
God.
not. I read that, and I.
I don't envy anything.
I was
no,
worried for you.
I was worried for myself, and I read that, and I went to our writers and the people who make decisions, and I was like, they're fake, right? These are going to be CGI.
They were like Olympian trained rats.
No.
Like you said, they weren't that good.
like I'm,
But,
but that's awesome. Rats are awesome. From like I don't know, like behind like a something, a barrier of some sort. So yes, I was actually freaking out, and Jonathan was so amazing to work with because he kept his calm where I did not. I was fully screaming. They were fully climbing. I also like I can swim, but I don't like to swim. I'm okay.
You're
I'm
in the
good.
perfect place.
I'm good. You can find me in the water up to here, or
Yes.
maybe here.
Contractually.
Yeah, and so swimming with rats. No.
No. Well, it looked amazing. You survived, and you're here to tell the tale.
Right. Yes. But did you die?
Yes.
But did you die?
Madison, I was listening to your new single this morning, The Gray. You have an incredible voice.
Thank
I
you.
think we should see Key have some like musical episodes come through in like season 5 or
Okay.
something. I'm down for this.
Why do I have like a gut feeling Kiara can't sing? Like, you know what I mean? Like I just have a feeling she'd be like, like I just have a feeling it's not there.
ADR my voice over yours.
Oh, period. Naturally.
Back up singer.
But she does play ukulele, so
Yes.
she's not musically talented.
That's
she does
true.
love music.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, there's a moment this season when Sarah says to John B, I don't want to deal with the boring shit now. I like us just the way we are. And it made me think, as actors in this industry, how do each of you stay true to yourself versus what Hollywood wants or fans or what like other people want for you? Madeline, how do you stay true to yourself?
That's a big question. I don't know. I feel like just being honest with ourselves, and also learning it gets so much easier, I think, as we get older, but learning to set boundaries and listen to yourself and listen to what you need, and because if you spend so much time doing or living for what other people expect of you, you're not going to be doing anything for yourself. And I think that's a lesson that we all learn in time. But I think that's kind of the crux of it. I think that's in everyone's life.
For sure. And it does get easier as you get older,
sure.
too. Madison, what about for you? How do you stay true to yourself?
I feel like thinking about that, like I think the pressure of that is off entirely because you never have to try. You can just like be yourself and then just do that. I think the people that you surround yourself with is a huge part of that. Like my family for me is my grounding source. 6 siblings, 10 nieces and nephews, and they won't hesitate to humble me. They won't.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to be humble. Well, last question for you. I'm excited for the I Know What You Did Last Summer reboot. I'm so excited.
Yay.
Freddie Prinze Jr. Were you a fan of the films growing
Yes.
up?
Oh my
Okay.
God. Of course, because
course.
they take place in North Carolina.
Yep. It's so cool.
And I was always a fan of them growing up, and because they felt so close to home, which made it even spookier. And there's just that nostalgia for home and the Carolinas, and it's also just an iconic it's an iconic franchise, so I'm over the moon to be a part of it.
I'm so stoked to see you in it. You're gonna do awesome. Well, they are giving me the wrap. I'll see you guys in a couple weeks at the Charleston premiere.
Of course.
I'm so excited. It'll be
you.
like your first like the big premiere, like the first time you guys are doing premiere in Charleston.
Yes.
In Charleston for sure.
Yes.
And our second premiere ever.
I know. Jonathan and Carlacia, congratulations to the two of you on this season. So nice to chat with the two of you in person finally.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like Pope is the only responsible one this season so far?
It definitely is. It's
What?
definitely just him.
Why? It's literally just Cleo's trying to help though.
Yes. She got her own stuff going on.
She has her own stuff going on for sure. But tease for the fans like where his mindset is for this season. And it seems like he is like kind of like the captain of the Pogues right now, like kind of keeping everyone in check.
Yeah, I think it's like when you, we came off of last season, we had the win, we got all the gold, we got all that money, and now it's like, okay, what do we do with it? And Pope is good with numbers, so he's just kind of like, okay, if we want, like, if this idea works for everybody, like, this would be the way to keep it. And I think when it comes to like making like hard decisions on that stuff, it's easier for Pope to do it than it is for other people to do it. So he kind of just takes charge, and nobody listens to him.
Nobody listens to him. Well, there is another great moment this season where Sarah says to John B, we have the rest of our lives for boring shit. I like who we are right now. And as successful actors in this industry, how do you kind of like keep in track versus what Hollywood wants or the fans or what like other people want for you? Carlacia, how do you kind of like stay humble and stay true to who you are?
I touch grass a lot around my family a lot, and I do very regular things. Like I don't get like caught up in the sauce. Like I do things that fulfill me. Like I cook. Like I go to the grocery store. I hang out with this guy a lot. Like we just do regular things.
Yeah.
Like very regular things.
Yeah, you gotta have a good mix of just like continuing to do your hobbies and live your life and stick your job. So.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like Cleo has just been like a part of this group since day one. She just like fits in so naturally, and I loved the moment with Cleo. I'm a Cleo and Pope shipper, so I loved the moment with Cleo and Pope having their kiss in last season. It was such a big moment that season. What can you tease for the fans about the nature of their relationship now and where they're going for season 4, part 1?
We're learning each other even more, and now we have to deal with being adults now and having to figure out how to make money, and we don't know how to do a relationship. Neither one of us, like Pope or Cleo, know how to be in a relationship. So I think we just try to figure it out, but it's exciting, it's fun, and it's jaw-dropping. For sure.
Yeah. With the first kiss, like that was obviously a big moment. Like, how did you guys kind of prep for that?
It's just, with
Did it?
You just did it.
It was originally supposed to be just like a kiss on the cheek. You know?
Yeah.
And then
Really?
we thought, we were just like, well, this is going to be their penultimate moment. Like, they should like establish if they're moving into a relationship. Like, we don't want to miss that moment for them.
Yeah.
So
we just were like, we're just gonna kiss. Like, there was like, JD, let's just kiss.
Well, and then told the director, and he was like, it sounds like I don't know why it was the other one.
Well, bowing down to you guys, because thank you for the fans. There's also a really fun moment between Pope and Sarah, the rat.
Oh my gosh.
I was just talking to Madelyn about it. I was freaking out for you guys during that scene. Take me back to set that day.
Yeah, it was, I remember like getting there like maybe a few days before we were going to do that sequence, going into the office to fit and see the set. And they were like, all the rats are like in the cage and they're just like hanging out. And so I like go in the room, like, all right, let me get acquainted with these rats. Rats were cool. Like, the rats were fine. But when you put them in, like, when you mix the rat with the set and how like grimy and like gross it was in there, like Maddie was not feeling it.
She was scared.
And I was trying to just kind of remain like solid. I'm like, I gotta remain solid for Maddie. She's going through it. Like the rats like in her hair and like crawling all over her. Like they're for the most part, they're not trying to like do too. They were just looking for food. But like we're doing a lot of stuff with these rats, and they're running through us, and like not to spoil anything, but like it gets freaky.
Maddie was saying how she credited you during that scene. She was like, "Thank God I had Jonathan because he was like so cool and helped me throughout that scene."
Yeah, it was definitely like there were some people who, if they'd have done that rat scene, would not have had as good a time as me or Maddie had. She said, right? I did prank her though. We did get that.
Well, they are giving me the wrap. I'm so excited for audiences to see season 4 part 1, and I'm dying for part 2. Like, there's a cliffhanger. Like, I need to know what happens. I need season 5. Congratulations. I'll see you guys at the Charleston premiere.
Oh,
Perfect.
In a couple of weeks.
Perfect.
I'll see you on the red carpet there.
Perfect.
I'm so excited you guys get to finally have your premiere there.
that'll be
Yes,
sick.
it'll be so fun. Thank you guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much. See you in
Yes.
Charleston.